Hello everyone, welcome to the new edition of this particular YouTube channel, Mr. Adiayobet. Alright, so in this particular video, we are going to dive deep into the nuances of the soccer halftime over 0.5 goals betting strategy, analyzing key factors that influence its success and provide actionable insight for bettors. Alright, so in this particular video, I'm going to present a comprehensive analysis equipping you viewers with the knowledge and tools to make informed betting decisions. Alright, so first we are going to talk about the tools that you guys can actually use to first at least to get the the best matches for this particular market of halftime over 0.5 goals. So I've tried to project this particular betting app to most of our viewers on this particular channel, and probably I'm sure some of us are already aware of how to make use of this particular betting app. So if you guys look at the home page of this particular prediction app, you will notice that there are some predictions they made with some percentage of possible outcome there. And I think for today alone, most of the games that they predicted are coming out well. And but we are not actually concerned about the home page of this particular platform. We are concerned about the matching aspects that usually generate the predictions for us. And after generating the actual matches that are suitable for halftime over 0.5 goals, we are going to talk about what strategy is. But before I move on to that, we have to quickly uh, do some selections. So the first aspect is the event type, and you have to go for the halftime over 0.5 goals. And the second aspect is the day that you want to select, maybe just 2 days games or 3 days games or just a day games. All right, so the next aspect, it happens to be the leagues. We have some best leagues that you guys can actually go for as halftime over 0.5 goals. For example, the Australian leagues, the German leagues, Premier leagues, and some other leagues like that that you guys can actually explore. And the next segment happens to be the matches number. That means the total numbers of matches that you want this particular system to generate for you. So I'm selecting the maximum, which happens to be 20, as you guys can see it. So and moving on to the odd range, we are not concerned about the odd range. The system will actually automatically filter out the best games, and the odd are mostly based on what the bookmakers are assigning to each matches. So now the next aspect happens to be the probabilities interval. This is where you are going to set the percentage of possible outcome. If you like, you can put it into 54, but most times I always try to put my at probably 81 or 80. And the next segment is by clicking on the search button. So if you are clicking on this particular search button, the thing will actually generate all the matches that meet the selected categories. So now let's go. Alright, so now the system has generated just 4 matches for us, but before I proceed on to the next action, we are going to talk about what strategies are. Actually, from my own perspective, they are strategies are actually developed because strategy are steps of which are derived from ideas. First you have to just be like, okay, let us put this thing like this and like this, and from there you put it into practical pattern. That is, you have to test it over and over again until it is actually providing what you want, at least a particular percentage of possible outcome. Maybe you have a strategy like this and you just drive a strategy, and you keep testing it and you discover that this thing has a very high accuracy with consistency, then you are good to go with that particular strategy. So this aspect, now the system has already generated some games for you, and most times it is not every time that these particular games generated by the system will come out well the way you want it, because we all know that sports games is dynamic. but there are ways that you can actually filter out some games that you don't want. And if the game turn out to be or the other way around that you don't want, at least you will know that you've tried your best on it. So we have just 4 games, and what next to do in order to get the actual or best game best tips out from this one is up to you guys, because we have a lot of options. For example, if you click on one of this particular match that the system generated, and if you open this, okay, if you open this, you can consider different factors and different data provided by the system. You can consider different data. So we have the total goal half time, and this is the percentage, which happens to be 87%. 87% of probability that it will come out as half time over 0.5 goals. So we have a second half. You see the percentage for the second half. So depending on the options that you want to go for, either the first half with 87% or the second half with 93%. So we have so many statistic data. We have another one here. So you can just be like, okay, you want to check the over 0.5. There are so many things that you can actually consider before you conclude on predicting the halftime over goals. So everything now depends on the method, the strategies, the idea that you want to derive and put into practical. Because before you start betting, I always advise people that they shouldn't bet randomly. At least they should have something that they will be using consistently, and at least if the thing is going other way around, they will know that they've tried their best on it. So for example, in this particular game, if I want to go for it, if I want to go for this, I would like to go for second half over 0.5 goals. Even though we have it that, okay, first half they can have over 0.5 at 87%, and second half we have 93% over 0.5, and over 1.5 second half is 59%. So you can use this particular method to check on all the games, and you can also consider checking the last previous games. We have different data under this particular system, and let us check this next game here. Alright, so for the halftime, which happens to be the first half, we have it as 85% for the first half, and under 1.5, that is first half at 57%. Now we have the second half. Definitely this second half will be something, the second half over 0.5 will be something around 90, because if you compare to that of the other one that we checked earlier, I think that one is 57 or 56 too, which happens to be second half over 1.5. So these particular games are games that are good for second half over 0.5 goals, and like that. So you have different ways to filter out the actual games that the actual matches that you want to select. But I would just advise you guys that don't take as the system has generated the tips for you. Alright, so in case you have questions regarding to this particular strategy, please kindly make sure that you drop it in the comment section. I'm going to answer you guys, and don't forget to like this particular video, subscribe, and also share. See you guys in the next video, whereby we'll be talking about SofaScore Tools, a tennis betting strategy guide, whereby I'm going to put you guys through how to make use of SofaScore for tennis betting strategy. See you guys in the next video. Bye.